the day and time in history when something that was probably quite natural and necessary took place. The knowledge of that is of no consequence to an aspirant, because at some point in his or her life, they will stand in that appointed day and time when they will understand 100% why not only certain practices began, but also how in the very practice the purpose of it was ultimately defeated. In this instance, human beings walk around in a kind of self-made suffering that is the expression of something in them that is so afraid, not that someone else will know what they're like, but that they would have to see for themselves what they are like, what their nature is, and what it's capable of doing. Because to see that would be to confess it. And so gradually humanity became enamored with the idea of a private place to go confess to someone what your sins are, meaning what you know is in your nature that is set against you and others. Because it was thought that that person to whom you confessed your sins would keep your sin as secret as you have kept it. And so began the great myth and the misery of believing that somehow or other a sin, a weakness, a characteristic of conflict in ourselves, that keeping it secret was the same as escaping it. That somehow you established a relationship between you and God because you confessed it to some other human being, when the fact of the matter is that your life and my life should be a ceaseless confession, a ceaseless realization of where it is that our nature misses the mark but pretends to hit it, and in doing so not only protects the very nature that misses the mark, but prohibits any possibility of that man or woman ever transcending the foolish notion that there's something in themselves to be afraid of. Until you understand that, you'll always be afraid to see in yourself, let alone admit to yourself, or in this instance, understand that when you speak to a friend or anyone else, what you confess to be true of yourself is the same as liberating yourself from the fear you have of yourself, and that it cannot be done in any other way. And the more you understand that, the less afraid you will be of seeing yourself in the moment as you are, and allowing every last part of you to see it, just as you invite God to see it in you when you confess it that way.